Alright, congratulations to Pentax Rico for releasing their new Pentax full frame K-1 camera. It hasn't shipped yet, so just announcing it. I'm going to give my thoughts about all the specs and stuff and kind of go over them with you and tell you what I think. Alright, so let me start off by saying it's a full frame sensor. It's 36 megapixels. Now this is some people claim this is the same sensor that is used in a Nikon D810. Well, this Pentax K1 is listed at $1,800 when it comes out. Now that Nikon D810 that came out a little bit ago is still priced at $3,300. It's $2,800 right now for sale on B&H, and it'll have a lot of the similar specs as this Pentax, and it's $1,000 cheaper right now. So Pentax has done a great job of hitting a price point on this camera. All right, let's see here. So it has 33 AF points, 25 being the cross points, which those are the most accurate. You could Google cross type focus, and if you're not sure about that. So the Nikon 810, which I was talking about before, it has 51 AF points, but only 15 of those are cross type. So Pentax has done a little bit better in that aspect. Now this is similar to the K3. The K3 also has 25 cross points. So let's see, the Pentax also has, kind of like it does on the K3, the no anti-aliasing filter or low pass filter. What this does is that there's a filter over the sensor, I believe, and it corrects any moiraying. You might see in a shirt that has a lot of stripes, there might be some moiraying that you'd see. So a lot of camera manufacturers put this filter on there to take that out. Well, it makes the image less sharp, and in a lot of pictures you don't see that anyway. So they've taken that out to give you a sharper image. But it also has, if you do take a picture and it has that moiraying, it has a simulator filter in there that you could put on in the camera that will help with that moiraying. Alright, so the Nikon has pretty much the same thing. I'm not sure if they have a simulator in there that would get rid of that. I'm sure they probably do. But anyway, this K3 has the same resolution screen that has on the K3 K3 II. It's a 3.2 inch screen with over a million dots, just over a million dots. So it's a very high resolution screen. It's a tilty screen, so it doesn't flip out like on the KS2, flip out and rotate back and forth. It pulls out, and you could probably look at the pictures and see, and bends up and down, so it's not fully articulating like you would there, but it is a nice feature to have on full frame. You don't see that many full frame cameras out there that have that type of screen. Alright, so it shoots 4.5 frames per second continuous. The Nikon that I mentioned earlier does 5, so they're really close as far as that aspect is concerned. Now the ISO performance, this is pretty ridiculous. It goes from 100 all the way up to 204,800. I'm sure it looks god awful hideous at that high ISO, but we'll see we'll see how it performs when we come out. When it comes out, I'd have pre-ordered it, so go ahead and subscribe, because since I pre-ordered it so early, hopefully I'll be one of the first people to get it, and probably the first day or two I'll do a quick open box and all that goodness, first impressions and stuff. It also has a dual card slot, and here's a cool thing. It uses the same battery that if you have a K3 and you're going to upgrade or whatever, go ahead and get this camera as well. They use the exact same battery, the DL I-90 battery. So just like all the other Pentaxes, it has that 100% view in the viewfinder, so it's going to be exactly what your pictures are going to see through the viewfinder. There's no flash on this, no pop-up flash. It does have GPS and Wi-Fi, and that Astro Tracer feature that you've has on the K3. I haven't tried that one out yet, but I'll definitely try it out on this full frame. Like all the Pentaxes, this is one thing that makes Pentax better than your Canon and Nikon. That have the chip inside is it's a stabilized, so your stabilization is not on the lenses like you have to on Canon and Nikon. It's actually on the sensor. The sensor moves up and down, and or whichever way it needs to be to help stabilize the image. That's really cool. It has the time lapse built into it, the intervalometer built into it. And you could do the 4K video, so you could get it processed inside the camera to output a 4K video, which is a really nice feature. But just regular shooting video, it doesn't have 4K, unfortunately. That's one of the downfalls, but this is so it goes up to 1080 30p. There's no 60p, so just being wary of that if you're one of those people that likes to shoot a lot of video. It does have a mic and headphone jack though. And another cool feature about Pentax, if you're not a Pentax owner, they will output raw JPEG, and they also do the DNG digital negative, which Adobe products use. So it's nice to have that coming straight out off your camera in DNG already. So there's almost all the different specs on the new K-1. It sounds like a pretty interesting camera. I'm looking forward to getting it, and subscribe. So you'll be able to see my video as soon as I get it. The other two things I was going to mention before I go is Pentax. They also released two lenses, the Pentax 15 to 30 f2.8. Now this was interesting because I read online that it is a rebranded Tamron, the 15 to 30 f2.8, which they have for Canon and Nikon, but it's for their versions it has the VC, the image stabilization built into the lens. Now, typically that adds a little bit more cost to it, so when I heard that they were coming out with this, I was like, oh cool, that lens is $1,200. Since they're not having to add the image stabilization, the price will go down a little bit, so it should be under that $1,200. Well, it's not. It's going to be $1,500 when it comes out, so I might pass on that one. Also, that lens, it has one of those bulbous fronts, and so you have to get special filter for it. Well, you have to get like this lens holder filter by Lee, and it by the time you're done with it, it ends up adding another $300 cost if you're doing like landscapes and they need like those graduated filters and ND filters and such to fit with it. The other lens that they announced is a Pentax, the 28 to 105. It's a 3.5 to 5.6. It's going to be listed as $500. It is the weather sealed, so it's pretty neat. Pretty good price point on that. I wish it was myself. I wish it was a constant, like 20 to 105 constant f4, but that would be the only downfall on that. The price isn't too high, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, I'm looking forward to getting this. Subscribe so you could, and also checking the archive of some of my other old Pentax stuff that you might be interested in. Thanks for watching.